Mr. District Attorney. Champion of the people, defender of truth, guardian of our fundamental rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
And it shall be my duty as District Attorney not only to prosecute to the limit of the law all persons accused of crimes perpetrated within this county, but to defend with equal vigor the right and privileges of all its citizens.
Hello, George. Miss Smith.
Hello, Mr. Wright.
How was the trip, Sidney? Smooth. How's everything shaping up here? Smooth.
United Airlines, mainliners like
Any problems? Howard, Evans, Janus?
They're all ready to start work as soon as you say the word.
How about a cigarette? What about office space?
I had to sign a 6-month lease and put down a 2 months deposit.
It's a beautiful location. The new professional building on Broadway.
Meg helped me select the office. You'll like it.
Miss Smith, you're becoming the indispensable woman as far as George is concerned.
I try to do my job.
Is there anything wrong with that, Sidney?
I don't care what you do outside working hours, but I don't like office romances. They have a habit of getting sticky and dangerous.
Now boarding at the main concourse, gate number 21.
Sorry to keep you waiting, John. I just got out of court.
That's all right. You know, Paul, a policeman just has one job to do. Whether he's attached to homicide, burglary, arson, or just plain pound the beat. But a district attorney, brother, you can have it.
Well, without the police, I can't do my job, John. Everything starts with the man on the beat or on detail. Miss Alcott, will you hold all my calls for the next 15 minutes, please? 15 minutes enough?
I think so. In the last 5 days, the department reports an influx of bunco artists and hired thugs. Sergeant Riches, down at the railroad depot, spotted 2 men. They've both beaten a murder rap. And this is Sergeant Manor in his report. He spotted Meg Smith, Martin Janus, and George Cooper coming into the bus depot. And Sergeant Bostro of the airport. He spotted 3 more. The rest of the report's about the same. 18 bunco and blackmail artists and assorted thugs suddenly swarming to this city.
What have they done?
Nothing yet.
Well, how does the district attorney's office fit into the picture?
In the 10 years I've been on the force, we've never been invaded like this. Usually one con man stays away from another con man, even the city he operates in. But this seems like an organized plan of some sort, and I haven't the vaguest idea what it is.
Well, there still is a job for your office, John, not mine. You know, I'll do anything I can to help. But the...
Now, wait a minute. Let me finish. We spotted 18 of these characters, but we feel that only 4 of them are worth our time.
I'll show you why.
George Cooper, age 53. Used car swindle, 1 year at Denamora, 18 months Joliet. Meg Smith, age 40. Diamond switch artist, 15 months Elmira. Harry Evans, age 36, racetrack swindle, 18 months Leavenworth, 1 year McNeil Island. And you believe there's a connection between these people?
At exactly 8:40 this morning at the municipal airport, Meg Smith and George Cooper met an old friend of yours. Sidney Wright.
Sidney Wright, age 59. Con man. 2 years in Western State Penitentiary, 1 year Joliet. Released 11 months ago.
The last time you saw him was...
6 years ago. Fraudulent stock transaction.
But you didn't get a conviction. He walked out of court a free man. He must think this city's a happy hunting ground.
I think we can show him he's wrong. 4 faces that would hardly be noticeable in a crowd. 4 hardened and experienced bunco artists who look like respectable business people. That's their biggest weapon, their cloak of respectability. What can we do? Nothing. Just wait and be prepared for their first move.
And as usual, each of you have set the groundwork quite well. Evans, regarding the industrial area on the west side of town, you might run into trouble setting up shop. But in case you need help, contact Carlisle and Adrian. But don't use strong-arm tactics unless you have to. Any questions?
Nope.
You'll be in charge of Dick Howard and Martin Janus. Get their addresses from Cooper. Have them handle the obituaries. You take the book deal. Now, your job will be to milk this town so fast that the police won't have a chance to suspect anything until we've pulled out. You've sold 9 rings and lost 8 others. Either you're getting extremely careless or you have ideas of your own.
But Sidney...
The lady can speak for herself.
I'll be more careful with these.
You change your locale from a grocery store to a drugstore. All operations start in 2 days. I'm flying back east tomorrow at 3. I'll see you all again in 2 weeks. But before I go, I have a pleasant surprise for you. As you know, we're a combine of 5 groups. Our 6 months profit statement guarantees each of you another $10,000. It'll be distributed at our next office. That's all.
I'll pick you up at 7:30.
Fine. Uh-oh, shiny nose. See you later.
Going down.
Please hurry. My child is very sick.
It's all ready, Mrs. Farrell. Will this be charge or cash?
No, I'll pay for it.
Now, don't be upset, Mrs. Farrell. These new drugs work miracles. Why, your son will be on his feet again in a minute.
Oh, no.
Is there something wrong?
My money. I must have forgotten to take it. I don't know what I did with it. How much is it?
Well, it's $15.72. You see, your prescription calls for high-potency vitamins and antibiotics, and they're very expensive.
But I must have the medicines. My son is running a high fever.
Now, Mrs. Farrell, please.
Look, my engagement ring. Would you take it as security? I must take the medicines with me now. Please, it's a good ring.
Well, I don't know anything about jewelry.
Ask the jeweler in the front of the store. He'll tell you I'm not lying. It's a good ring. It's a real diamond. Please.
Elias, take a look at this, will you?
Almost 2 carats. Well proportioned. Coloring of a Jaeger original. A closed cut. Nicely set in platinum. What else do you want to know?
Well, how much is it worth?
Well, some dealers you get 2,000, others 2,200. Depends on the neighborhood.
Oh, thanks. I'll give you a receipt for the ring.
Oh, you don't have to. I trust you. Just let me take the drugs.
Why, of course.
I'll be back in a few days with the money.
Well, now, there's no hurry. The ring will be here waiting for you.
Thank you.
Hi, John.
Sorry to bring you out of court, Paul, but this couldn't wait.
Well, let's have it.
We found Wright's headquarters, the professional building on Broadway. Very swank and very expensive.
He always plays for the big kill, doesn't he?
He's probably set it up by now. He met with Evans, Cooper, and that Smith woman for an hour this afternoon.
Have you moved yet?
2 of my men are working the elevator. The third's with the porter. I'll put in for a phone tap. It's up to you to get Judge Gordon to sign the order.
Well, under the circumstances, I believe we can get an order to bug the entire office.
Good. Talk to you later.
Move and counter-move. The constant fight against crime and violence. Once every 26 seconds, somewhere in the United States, someone commits larceny. Once every 40 minutes, someone dies violently. In this county, we get our share.
Who is it?
It's George.
Come on in. Hi, darling.
Hello.
Darling, there's something I've been wanting to tell you for a long time. Look.
Where did you get it?
I earned it.
Almost $5,000. How did you earn it?
5,000 plus the 10,000 bonus, and we can buy the Bon-Ton dress shop. It's for sale, and we can get...
Stop the chatter. Where did you get the money?
I'm sick and tired of jumping from city to city, always on the run, putting up with Wright's insults. This is our chance to get out free and live clean and respectably.
Where did you get the money?
I didn't lose those 8 rings. I sold them and kept the money. And I'm going to sell another.
What a crazy thing to do. Why?
Because I want out. I want you to get out. This is our chance to get out and live decently. I'm fed up with this kind of life.
This is the only kind of life I know. I don't want any other.
Darling, I love you.
And I love you, Meg, but you can't change me.
I can try, can't I?
Mix bunco, brains, and muscle, and you have the potential destructive force of an atomic explosion. Sidney Wright and his companions represent such a threat, but so far they haven't moved.
Well, good morning, Mrs. Farrell. And how's your little son today?
Much better, thank you.
Good, I'm glad.
I brought the money I owe you.
Well, hell, there was no hurry.
I know, you've been very kind, but...
But you want your beautiful ring back.
$15.72.
All right. And here's your beautiful ring. You know, I've been married for 20 years, and I still can't afford a ring like that for my wife.
What good is the ring when my poor Ted is so sick? I'm going to have to sell it to pay his hospital bills.
Hospital? Why, I thought you said he was better.
Yes, I know. The doctor says he has to have an operation before he can walk again. And then braces and special foods and more drugs.
Well, don't worry. There are any number of hospitals and organizations that'll help you.
It's no use. I'm going to have to sell it. How much did the jeweler appraise it for the other day?
At least $2,000.
If I could get 1,000 or even 800, I'd be satisfied.
Would you, sell me the ring?
Are you sure you want it?
Well, you'd be doing me a great favor.
All right.
I'll get you the money from the safe. There we are. There's $500, $600, $700, $800.
Tell Mrs. Brown to take good care of it. And thank you from the bottom of my heart, Mr. Brown.
Farrell left her glasses.
She'll be back.
I hope so. Oh, you remember that ring Mrs. Farrell left to security?
Yeah?
Well, would you say it would be a buy at $800?
It's a steal. My friend, you'd better prepare yourself for a shock. This isn't a diamond ring.
Well, and Mr. Elias himself told me the ring was worth at least $2,000.
That was the ring she left to security, Mr. Garrett, not that piece of junk.
You say you left her for a moment when you went to get the money.
Well, just for a minute when I went to the safe.
In 1 minute, an experienced bunco artist could switch rings 3 times.
And this is an exact duplicate of the ring.
To the naked eye, yes. Take a look at it through this. Notice the cloudiness in the stone, Mr. Garrett, and the imperfections, markings typical of all zircons.
Zircon. $800 for a zircon.
Worth $30, tops.
I don't know how I could have been taken in like this.
Well, that's understandable, Mr. Brown. And we'll do the best we can to get your money back for you.
Well, can you do that? I mean, from our description, do you think you'll be able to find Mrs. Farrell?
Well, I have a picture here. Does she look like this?
Yes, that could be her.
Her name is Smith. Meg Smith.
And we heard from headquarters on the way over here that nobody by either name lives at the address she gave you.
Then you don't even know where to start looking for her.
Well, may I keep this ring for a while, Mr. Brown?
Oh, yes. And what about these glasses she left?
I'll take those, too.
Well, suppose she comes back looking for them.
She won't. Good day.
Ralph, if I wanted a prescription filled, would I just go to anybody to get it filled?
But that first ring,
Well, the next time you want to buy a diamond ring, do me a favor. Go to a jeweler.
A pair of eyeglasses is a small clue to begin tracking down a woman in a city of this size. The glasses might be just one of many disguises used by the bunco artist, especially if she's part of an operation headed by a man as shrewd as Sidney Wright.
These are single vision lenses for nearsightedness and astigmatism.
Well, then whoever wore them needed glasses all the time.
I'd say so. Probably a fairly young woman. It's rather an odd prescription.
Mm-hmm. Strong.
Can you duplicate it exactly?
Yeah, here it is. The right eye, minus 775, plus 062, axis 180, 2 degrees up. Left eye, minus 9, plus 37, axis 180, 2 degrees down.
I'll get an APB out immediately, but just in case, I'll get a copy to every optician in the city, plus a full description of Meg Smith. It'll be a cinch to pick her up if she ever tries to get this pair duplicated.
I think she will. You recall the druggist said she was wearing tortoiseshell glasses. Well, her vanity will make her want to get a pair that's a little more becoming. Well, thanks for your help.
Not at all, Paul.
I think we better pick up George Cooper and bring him in for questioning, just in case we have trouble finding Meg Smith. You served 1 year in Denimora and 18 months in Joliet.
That was in my youth.
Since that time, you've been arrested in 9 different cities for pulling the used car swindle.
And never convicted.
Have you ever seen this before?
No.
Maybe Meg Smith isn't the only one that needs glasses.
You're bluffing.
Yarrow speaking. Yes. What's the address, please?
We'll be right over.
They have a right optical company.
What's going on here?
You'll be around long enough to find out.
I'll have him held downstairs and meet you in the car. Come on, Cooper.
It's too bad Cooper was picked up. But he won't talk, and they can't hold him for anything.
What makes you so sure?
He won't lead them to us. Cooper's too smart.
So is the DA in this town.
That's a matter of opinion.
Cooper and Meg Smith
are seeing too much of each other, and I'm putting a stop to that, too.
You should have done that 8 zircons ago.
Get to the point.
Meg Smith is a very ambitious young woman. She sold 9 zircon rings for you and 9 for herself. She's always pulled the private deals off ahead of schedule. Only this last one is the cops holding Cooper. They must figure he'll lead them to her.
$1 million a year business jeopardized by a stupid girl.
Not so stupid. She's been working on Cooper to get out of the rackets, settle down and be the proprietor of the Bon Ton dress shop.
You know where she is?
I can find her.
You handle Miss Smith with dispatch. Meet me at the airport. You have 2 hours.
Mr. Morton, the optician, has definitely identified Meg Smith. Her new pair of glasses will be ready in 1 hour. We're ready now.
Lieutenant, radio message for you. Sergeant Morgan, covering Wright's office, reports a Smith one might be at the Bon Ton dress shop.
Crazy woman buying dresses at a time like this.
Where is this shop?
3 blocks down, 1 block over.
Get another car to cover the opticians in case we miss her, then join us at the dress shop. Come
Right.
on, Paul.
You see anything?
No.
Looks like the place is empty.
Sounds like someone's using a silencer.
You better pick up Sidney Wright and his friends.
Contact Bunko. Have Sergeant Taylor pick up all the suspects in the right case.
Yes, sir.
Open her up.
Downstairs, basement.
John,
I'm all right, Paul.
I'm coming down. If you fire, see if you can spot him. Don't worry, Miss Smith. We'll put the pieces together. Next week, our story is an unusual one. We know you'll enjoy it. You have an appointment with Mr. District Attorney 1 week from today.